Hello stylists, welcome back to Full Style for another video. How's everyone doing today? How will everyone enjoy their holiday season, their winter break? How is it going, guys? So, I just wanted to say first up, I apologize for the way my voice sounds. I feel like I sound like a foghorn. I am extremely sick, but I am very determined to do this video because I wanted to show you guys these DIYs that I did because I'm so very excited because it is finally New Year's and I actually look forward to New Year's. I'm one of those type of girls. It's a new year, it's a new me, doing things better, completing the list, not really goals, just it's another year. I feel like New Year's is basically refreshing the page, picking up a new book off the shelf, and each day is another page in that book. But I'm going to get more into my thoughts on New Year's and what I expect and what I want out of 2017 in another video coming. This video is where I show you 5 different ways to glamorize, glitterize, sparkle your life. Where you can take 5 items from your wardrobe and add sparkle and glitter to them to add sparkle to any outfit, holiday outfit. If you like me and you really don't have money or the resource to go out and buy a new outfit, say from Torrid or Society Plus or from wherever you shop from, I was looking in words to see what can I use to add sparkle to. So all the items that I use are from my closet. They items I previously owned, or you can, if you have time, you can run to a thrift store and pick up a few basic things that you can add stuff to. And all the supplies are from Michael's or any local craft store. Everything that I brought was pretty much under $20, and that's the glitter, the rhinestones, and the sequins. All of that was under $20 in total, up to $20, as well as the glue. So I'm really excited about this video because I was determined to sparkle. I wanted to be glitter, sequins, but I didn't have the money to get the actual clothing or to even buy the fabric or the accessibility to get out to a fabric store because there's none like on the south side of Chicago, which is really sad. I'm really sad about that. To get to a fabric store, and I was determined to be so sparkly that I was the ball that dropped at midnight. Like, that's gonna be me. So I'm really excited about this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun putting it together, and so you forewarned, just to be forewarned, the glitter is extremely messy. Oh my god, I have glitter everywhere. I have it in my hair, it's on my clothes, it's on my body, even though I washed like 25,000 times since then. It's in the nook and crannies, in the little hard nooks and crannies of my hardwood floors. It is every in the bathroom, on the stairs, in the hallway. But I had so much fun. I don't even care. I have no regrets about the glitter. However, I do have regrets about the sequins. That stuff is tedious. So I had to simplify the project because the first project I had was a bit big, but I had to dumb it down because that was just way too much sequins. I couldn't deal. So anywho, guys, I'm not going to talk too long because I hear myself and I sound terrible. So I can imagine what I sound like on camera. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And again, happy holidays. I love you guys. So let's get right into it. Okay, stylists, look number 1 is these glitter wedges. I chose to go with these wedges. These are a pair of wedges I've owned since college and I really don't wear anymore. I'm going to paint them all black because they have this plaid pattern on it and I want to cover up as much of the white and the plaid as possible. You can go with a booty or a pump if you want. This is the only thing I had on hand. Next, I'm going to show you how I mix my glitter. I use one of the large containers from Michael's, and I use these small sample glitters that I got in a sample pack. And I just wanted to give more dimension to the glitter, so I added a bit of the white as well as the black. And then I went back in later with a bit of the gold just to add a little bit more dimension and sparkle into it. I like that iridescence, that multi-layer glitter. And I just took my time with mixing the glitter because I didn't want to overwhelm it and overflow the container. And you can see me going here with the gold, just a bit of the gold. I didn't add as much as the gold as I did the other two colors. Alright, so that's what the inside of my brain looks like. Okay, with the glitter, I took a sponge and put on some Mod Podge and I just tapped it into the shoe. I stuffed the shoe with some tissue paper so that it will hold its shape, as well as a lot of shoe won't get inside of the actual, a lot of glitter won't get inside of the actual shoe. And I just went right ahead and just doused the parts and sections with the glitter. I was very generous. I didn't try to be skippy on it. And I just let it fall off into this piece of printer paper. And when I was done with each section, I went back and returned the excess into the glitter container so it don't make so much of a mess. And again, I just went over every part, doing section by section, piece by piece. You don't want to add too much at one time. And then I did go back and do a second layer because I didn't get the opacity I want. There was a few cracks and bare spots, so I just went over with a second layer because I really wanted this glitter to stand out. And so after I finished the second layer and I let it dry, I went over with a final layer of Mod Podge just to fill it all in and just to give that final coating so that the glitter doesn't rub off or come off anywhere. You want to tap that into the nooks and crannies. And once that dried overnight, I went over it. I sprayed it with a sealant. You could use hairspray, you could use a clear glaze, or you could use like a matte fix-it spray. I end up using the hairspray and a bit of the matte fix-it spray. You just want to spray all sides of the shoe. And after that, you're done. I absolutely love the way that these came out. I wish it was a little bit more perfect, a little bit more smooth. There's a few ridges and raised areas where the fabric was, but I'm happy with it. I think that the overall look of it is actually beautiful, and I'm so excited to wear these come New Year's. Next is this bedazzled rhinestone tulle skirt. So I have this old tulle skirt that I made last year for my Mad Hatter Halloween costume. I've removed one of the top layers because that layer was an orange, and I like the dark red and burgundy of the bottom two layers. Um, so I used these Swarovski crystals that I got from Michaels and some leftover crystals I had around the house. And these are the flat back crystals, and I also used some E6000 glue. I dumped all the rhinestones onto a plate so there was better surface for me to grab them on. I took some of the E6000 and laid it out on a flat little dish that was a candle lid, and I used a Q-tip to transfer the glue onto the back of the rhinestone. And I just stuck these sporadically throughout the um, surface area of the tulle skirt. I did go and I add some underneath the layer, underneath the top layer, so that it had that multi-layered bedazzled look. And as you can see, like I said, I did add some underneath the top layer of tulle. And I use a really small and medium, like the extra small and like small and semi medium size rhinestones. I didn't want a big, huge ones. I wanted the small, delicate ones that you can, in the dark, that you can barely catch the light. And it's just some nice, subtle shimmer. So I just went all the way around. I did front and back, but I added less in the back than I did in the front because I didn't want to sit up or brush against something and they start falling off, which is why I use the E6000. And this is the finished look. I absolutely love this. The only thing I wish is that the tulle skirt itself, was actually more fuller and flowy like a tulle skirt is, but that's something I did when I originally made it. That's a mistake on my part. But this is actually adorable. This would be perfect for a New Year's Eve party or a gala. It's absolutely beautiful. The last clothing item is this glitter bedazzled shoulder sweatshirt. I had this old sweatshirt that I got years ago when I worked at TJ Maxx, and it had these studded shoulders. So I removed the studs, and now I'm going to add glitter. I'm sorry, I did not have a footage of how I looked in the beginning. Basically, right now I'm just taking some washi tape and I'm just boarding off of the shoulders so that I can have a clean, crisp line. This got extremely messy, but like I said, I'm happy with the overall effect of it. I used some sequins glitter glue. If you're going to do this, please use Mod Podge. The glitter glue didn't spread as easy as I like, as well as it made the shirt actually really hard. The Mod Podge would have held up much better with fabric than the glitter and sequins glue. Again, I just took a healthy dousing of glitter all over the area that I put the glue, and I shook off some of the excess onto a piece of copy paper, and then I went back over with another layer, just adding a little bit more glitter. After I let it dry for like an hour or so, I removed the tape border, and then I hung it to dry overnight. And then I sprayed it with some hairspray just to settle on in. Again, the only thing I wish I'd have let this sit dry instead of hang it, and I used a Mosh Posh. But this is something I could see tucked inside of a cute skirt or wore over a pair of leggings for like a nice holiday office party. Okay, now we moved on to accessories, and I made this sequence choker. So I'm started off with a piece of suede cord or suede. You could use a ribbon or you could use a piece of fabric. It could be as thick or as narrow as you want it. I have the sequence, and then I have the sequence glue. It also has some sewn snaps, or you could use crimp ribbon ends, and then you're going to need some jump rings, a lobster claw, and some chain if you go with the actual traditional necklace route. Um, you're gonna measure the length around your neck and this how loose or tight you want it. Mine was about 17 inches, so I'm just gonna cut my cord to about 18 inches so I can have a little give room, because I do want to use the sew-on snaps so I want my ends to overlap each other. I put the sequence glue in a little dish, and I just use a painter's brush just to add it on. And I'm going to start in the middle because I don't want sequence all the way around the choker, because I don't want it towards the back where my hair is going to be, and on my hair or my wig to get caught up into the sequence. So I'm going to just add a layer at one time. I'm just gonna go layer by layer, adding one on the right and the left side, going back and forth so that I can have it as evenly as possible. You're gonna see pull my mirror out every now and then just to check and see if I could define the desired look. I'm gonna do it to where the sequence just slightly starts to turn around the neck and disappear behind the neck so that you cannot see the black cord from the front. Again, you can go as thick or as narrow with this as possible. You can cover the entire cord or ribbon in the sequence. You can add more than the layers across that I did. I only add 3 sequins across. You can have it covered all over. You can even use a strip of elastic so it can have a stretch and a give to it. This is completely customizable up to you. And after I had it at the desired length that I wanted, I added a few more rows just for to be safe. Okay, and then I went with the sew-on snaps method, and I got some needle and thread. I went and measured around my neck just to see where the snaps was going to lay. Um, and then I got a needle and thread, and I sewed on the snaps. I actually went back with the E6000 and sewed and glued on the snaps because the suede cord was really hard to sew through, and I didn't want to. I bent my needle, and I didn't want to end up actually breaking it. So with the snaps, you're gonna sew one on the front and one on the back, obviously. So what I end up doing. But like I said, I went back with the E6000 because the cord was really hard to sew through. And this is the finished look. This is something simple, a nice, simple piece. If you're not really into a lot of sparkle, a lot of sequins, it's something you can wear with a nice velvet or lace dress. Okay, the last item is this beautiful rhinestone studded ear cuff. So you're gonna need something to glue the rhinestones to. I chose buttons. You're gonna need your rhinestones, your E6000 glue, and a toothpick, as well as some post and a back to attach your earrings, and some wire for if you want to actually become an actual cuff around the ear. I chose the two buttons and I glued the buttons together. You can choose mostly anything. You could go with something soft like a piece of fabric or something hard like plastic or parchment paper and just completely mold over the shape that you desire. I chose to use the big rhinestones and I started with the big rhinestone in the middle and I circled that with medium rhinestones and I went out with small ones and then encased that entire shape with the big rhinestones. And in the end, it came out very, very pretty. You could choose your own shape or design. It's completely up to you. I like how mine came out and it actually looks like a cute little bow. After that, you're going to glue on your post and you're going to get one of those big backings, the clear ones, so it can hold the weight. And this is your finished look. This is a nice statement piece, especially when you wear it on your own with just a single small earring in the other ear. This is a nice statement piece to wear on its own with your hair up. And this is another variation that I created months ago. This is with more larger rhinestones and all shaped rhinestones, which is very pretty.